So anytime you cut fish, the best philosophy you can ever follow is to cut the trash from the cash. And then there's kind of two ways you can do it that I've learned. Is there's one way where you go take as many steps as possible and cut the fish, and then there's one where you take the least amount of steps to cut it, and I call that like the fishmonger way. And I kind of find something that works in the middle of it. And it's like every fish is slightly different, you know? And if you haven't caught one in a while, there's going to be a part where you mess it up, you know? And that's just how it goes. But the important thing is that you aren't scared to cut the next fish. Kind of just trace your borders and then give yourself as much leverage as possible, because what happens when you cut fish, if you don't understand like the skeletal structure, is your knife will keep on hitting these little bones, and it gets very frustrating. It's like a gumption killer, that's what I call it. So you're sitting here and you're cutting this fish and your knife just won't go any farther, and you're like, I don't get it, I put my knife in the right spot. But if you don't understand the way the bones connect and all those little things, then you just kind of screw yourself. So like right here, I'm just breaking the rib bones. I'm not making any incisions. I just want to break the rib bones. Normally I do this with a very small pair of scissors, but the knife will suffice. And as much as you can, you want to turn the board, not the fish. I used to work at this hotel, and there's this old lady that she was in charge of like cooking the staff meal for the restaurant, and every once in a while she'd see you like cutting the fish, and she'd come by and be like, no, you gotta do it like this. She's like, the most important thing, you just gotta understand where your knife is going. And she used to have this job where on her lunch break she would get paid $1 a fish to break it down at the dock. So she like worked at a restaurant, and she'd go out to the back and she'd try to cut like 15 fish in like 30 minutes. And so little by little she learned how to do it really fast. And she always just talked about how you don't even have to look at the fish. You just got to know where your knife is going. And then I took that and I came to the restaurant I work at now, and my chef taught me a whole new philosophy on how to like really truly cut fish, and the importance of it, and why certain steps that you do in the beginning of the process affect what happens later, and why it's not okay to just cut the fish, why you really gotta respect the fish. And every cut you make the cut, and then you go back and you refine that cut. when you do these guys whole, they have this. There's like the bones connect like that, and if you don't know that, you'll leave a bunch of bones back here. If you know that, you can go in and just trim them out lightly. No matter if it's a little trout, a big trout, a huge trout, there's always 3 bones on the tip of the head. Same thing for salmon. Taking the bones out is kind of like the least glamorous part of cutting the fish, but it's the most essential, you know, because it's like you do all this work and you get down to it, and then if you leave all these tiny little bones in the fish, whoever you serve it to is going to be quite unhappy. And the goal is to get all of them out, but sometimes in life you miss a couple things, you know? But if you don't try your hardest, you're going to be fucking your end of that. Alright, there we got it. Whole fillet fish. Stuff this guy, put it on the smoker. Serve it with some tagliatelle. That's about it.